If you've ever felt like your life looks fine on paper, but feels slightly off in your body, you're not broken. You're out of alignment. Alignment isn't a personality you perform. It's the quiet coherence between what your body signals, what your values promise, and what your calendar actually delivers. Today is not about reinventing yourself or waiting for some future version that finally has time. It's about living your authentic self now, in small, practical moves you can feel by tonight. We'll do that by listening beneath the noise, adjusting by a few degrees instead of swinging for the fences, making simple energy agreements, opening and closing the day with intention, and speaking with honesty that carries both courage and care. Part 1. Listen to your body. Start with the one instrument that never lies, your body. Before you say yes to a plan, a project, or a person, close your eyes and ask, does this serve me today? Don't demand words. Notice whether your breath opens or tightens, whether your shoulders soften or rise, whether your chest feels roomy or compressed. Your body is a dashboard. Green is the breath that deepens, the jaw that unclenches. Yellow is the slight tightening that says, slow down. Look closer. Red is the full body no you've trained yourself to ignore because your brain wants to be liked, needed, efficient, or impressive. Your somatic signal won't give you a dissertation. It will give you direction. Part 2. Align with your values next. Match that direction with your values, which are the coordinates of your inner map. Choose 3 anchor words you want your week to stand on. Maybe family, craft, and vitality, or service, truth, and play. When a decision arrives, hold it up to those words like a transparency over a light box. If this yes increases the brightness of your anchors, you're aligned. If it dims them, even for a clever reason, that cleverness has a cost. Authenticity is not following emotions wherever they run. It is practicing coherence between what your body knows, what your values declare, and how you move through the hours you've been given. Part 3. Check your calendar now. Check your calendar, because a value without airtime is just a slogan. Your calendar is the immune system of your values. It protects what matters by rejecting what doesn't fit. If something meaningful has no place to live on your week, something less meaningful is stealing its oxygen. You don't have to fight with that reality. Just let the math speak. If it doesn't fit, it's a no for now. And a no is not a failure. It's a boundary that honors a deeper yes. After a day of decisions, take 60 seconds to reflect. My body said blank when I thought about blank. Which value is honored or violated here? If this doesn't fit, what will I cut? You'll start to notice patterns, people, places, and tasks that leave you brighter, and others that always cost more than they pay. Part 4. The power of 2-degree turns. Alignment also isn't a drama. It's a 2-degree turn, repeated until the coastline changes. Picture a compass in your hand. You don't need to spin it 20 degrees. You only need to nudge it and hold. Instead of remaking your life in a weekend, make a small, observable shift inside the roles you already carry. List 5 you play often: teammate, friend, partner, parent, creator. Pick one role that matters today and choose a micro behavior you can do right now. If you're a teammate, make a vow. Ask one question before offering an opinion. If you're a friend, reply with warmth before suggestions. If you're a partner, meet the eyes before you reach for your phone. Tiny is powerful because tiny is repeatable. And repeatable becomes identity. You'll know these 2-degree shifts are working when the world begins to mirror them back to you. Someone will say, I felt really heard in that meeting, or you seemed present tonight, or thanks for asking before fixing. Your job isn't to broadcast your new philosophy. It's to quietly practice it until it becomes visible. At the end of the week, look for proof outside yourself. One concrete sign that the shift you chose is landing: an email, a calm interaction that used to escalate, a task you approached without dread. Those small receipts tell the truth. You're not waiting for alignment, you're building it. Part 5, protect your energy, of course. A lot of misalignment isn't about purpose. It's about energy leaks. We say yes because we don't want to disappoint. We keep scrolling because attention is easy to lose and hard to reclaim. We skip food and movement, and then wonder why we're irritable. Alignment becomes sustainable when you make 3 simple agreements. One for time, one for attention, one for your body. If someone asks for something you can't honor today, you can say, "I can do it at this time, not today." That's not a rejection. It's a clear path. When a conversation or request arrives in the middle of deep work, try, "I can't give this the attention it deserves right now. Can we pick it up at this time?" That sentence doesn't apologize for your focus, it protects it. And when your body asks for care, honor it out loud. "I'm going to take 10 minutes to eat and stretch. I'll be right back." Notice how the air clears when your language gets simple. You're not angry. You're specific. These agreements are contagious. People begin to trust your yes because it's no longer powered by guilt. You feel less resentful because you stop trading your energy for approval. If you worry that boundaries are harsh, watch how kind they become when they're made early and named plainly. The moment you step out of the fog, the resentment that was waiting at the end of the day never forms. Your attention comes home. Your body thanks you with steadier breath and a spine that doesn't end each day in a knot. The most surprising part of boundary work isn't how others respond. It's how your own self-respect rises to meet the clarity you just created. Part 6, bookend your day alignment, also loves transitions. Many of our days feel like a run-on sentence. Started on a screen, ended in exhaustion, no clear beginning or end. Rituals are punctuation that change how your story reads. In the morning, before the world enters your nervous system, try a single round of box breathing. Inhale to 4, hold for 4. Exhale for 4, hold for 4. Then give your day a simple headline. Today I align with blank. Don't let that sentence stay poetic. Choose one action that fits in 10 minutes and do it first. Send the email you're avoiding. Chop vegetables for lunch. Write 3 honest sentences. Step outside and let the light hit your eyes. When your first act expresses your intention, you stop chasing identity and start inhabiting it. In the evening, close the loop you opened. Take a breath and say, "I release blank," naming the moment you've been carrying in your jaw. Then name one win, however small. The text you finally sent, the quiet you protected, the laugh you made room for. Finally, point tomorrow at something specific. One next step placed on your calendar where it can actually live. The purpose here isn't to win an optimization game. It's to tell your nervous system, there's a beginning and an end. I keep my word to myself. When you bookend your day, sleep stops being an escape and becomes the bridge to more of who you are. Part 7, honest communication. Still, alignment doesn't only happen in solitude. It happens between people. Many of us either swallow our needs or erupt when we can't swallow any longer. There's a middle path that sounds like this: observation, impact, request, option. It's a simple script, but it carries respect both ways. You start with what you see without judgment. Name how it lands in you, ask for what you want, and offer a fallback that still respects both people. For example, when I arrive late, I notice I come in tense and distracted. Can I start sending you my estimated time when I'm running behind? If not, would a short message as soon as a delay happens work? Notice that this centers behavior instead of character, present time instead of old stories, changeable actions instead of impossible mind reading. You can adapt this to a teammate. When deadlines shift unexpectedly, I feel scrambled and the quality drops. Could we agree to review changes in our morning check-in? If not, can we set a quick heads-up rule so I can adjust in time? With a friend, when I share something vulnerable and we jump straight to solutions, I feel a little alone. Could we start with a minute of listening before we brainstorm? If not, I'll ask for what I need at the start so it's clear. with a partner. When the phone comes to the table, I feel less connected. Can we keep it off during dinner? If not, let's choose one evening a week where it definitely stays away. These sentences don't force outcomes. They invite collaboration. Alignment in relationships is the place where honesty and kindness hold hands. There's one more truth to hold quietly in the room. If there's risk, manipulation, or abuse, don't confront alone. Seek professional support and safety networks. In clinical contexts like severe depression or trauma, this video is not a substitute for therapy. That sentence isn't here to scare you. It's here to honor the gravity of certain rooms and the courage it takes to leave them or get help inside them. Alignment is not self-sufficiency at all costs. Sometimes the most aligned move is to ask for hands on your back when the ground feels unstable. Part 8. Practice right now. Right now, take a gentle pause and remember the last decision where your body said no, but your calendar said yes. See if you can replay that moment with your 3-layer scanner. What did your breath do? Which value would have been brighter if you had declined? What space in your week could have protected that value if you'd let it? Don't use this as evidence against yourself. Use it as calibration. Alignment isn't measured by never missing a cue. It's measured by how quickly and kindly you return when you notice you've drifted. Next, look at the roles you'll inhabit in the next 24 hours and pick 1-2-degree shift you'll practice each time that role appears. Make it small enough that you can do it even on a tired day. Maybe it's a manager who asks one clarifying question before assigning a task. Maybe it's a parent who kneels to eye level before giving a direction. Maybe it's a creator who opens the document and writes 3 messy sentences before checking anything else. Declare it quietly to yourself, and then let your actions say it out loud. Then choose an energy agreement to try before dinner. If you tend to give instant yeses, give yourself permission to say, "Let me check and get back to you," and actually check. If interruptions swallow you, try the attention script and notice how it frees you to finish what you start. If your body has been an afterthought, put care on the clock, water, a stretch, a real meal. Ordinary kindnesses that restore your voltage. The sum of these little acts is not small. They are how you stop outsourcing your life to urgency. Part 9. Make it sustainable when tomorrow rises. Let your first breath be intentional. Name what you align with and choose one 10-minute act that proves it. When the sun tilts down, release what you don't want to carry into your evening. Nod at one thing that went right, and put one next step where your future self can find it. In the space created by those bookends, conversations can happen that move your life instead of stall it. You'll speak more simply. You'll listen with less armor. You'll be surprised by how often people meet you in the clarity you offer. What you're building is not a performance. It's a practice. Authenticity doesn't ask you to be dramatic. It asks you to be precise. A body that you can hear, values that you can name, a calendar that tells the story you want told, roles warmed by small repeatable shifts, energy protected by agreements that keep resentment from ever forming, days that begin on purpose and end with kindness, conversations where your needs and the other person's dignity both matter. Rotate the compass 2 degrees and hold, then do it again and again. Not someday, not when you have a better job, a quieter house, a more supportive world. Do it now with what you have exactly where you are. And when you wonder whether it's working, don't stare at the horizon. Feel for the difference in your next breath. Alignment sounds like a soft yes in the ribs and a steady step in the direction you chose. It looks like time that finally matches your heart. It lives in a day you can recognize as yours. You don't need permission to begin. You only need a single moment of attention, a single degree of courage, and the gentleness to keep going when you slip. Your authentic life isn't a destination. It's a sentence you write with every choice today. Closing, a deeper invitation, and if you feel a whisper beneath these words, a quiet knowing that alignment isn't just about calendars and choices, but about something deeper, something your soul recognizes, then I want to offer you a companion for that inner journey. I wrote Vibrations of Renewal for the moments when logic runs out and only the heart knows the way. It's a guide through the spiritual dimension of what we've explored today. Practices that shift your energy, cycles that honor your soul's seasons, and ancient tools that help you remember what you came here to do. Everything in this video stands on its own. But if you're being called to go further, to not just align your days, but to reconnect with your divine purpose, this book might be the next step your spirit has been asking for. You'll find it linked below. Trust what stirs in you. Whether that's the practices we've shared here, the book, or simply the silence that follows this video, your soul already knows the path. These are just lanterns along the way.